Want to know my greatest wish for you as you interact with this podcast? Come and take a listen to the first episode where I share why this is coming to the world. Welcome to your emotional makeover. Things your mother never told you because no one ever told her. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda Hansen. This is where you reimagine womanhood. Let us begin. I'm so excited to bring this podcast to you because this information has helped hundreds and hundreds of women that I have worked with over the years. I have seen women go from complete despair, inability to create anything in their lives, ready to walk away from marriages and feeling like they were at the end of the rope with their career, their in-laws, the relationships they were having with their body. Around every corner, I have encountered women suffering. It didn't matter what continent she lived on, what her age was, whether or not she was a mother, whether or not she was married, whether or not she was employed. Didn't matter the color of her skin, her religious background. The universal theme that I have encountered over and over again is that so many women suffer from a culture, a society, a world at large that has not been set up for women to ultimately thrive. And so much of this information that I will be sharing in these episodes is information that in an ideal world, our mothers would have passed this down to us. And our grandmothers would have passed it down to them. And the reason that that was not able to happen is because nobody taught them. They may have passed down some beautiful things. They may have passed down some really hard traumas. They may have passed down their limitations, their fears, and 9 times out of 10, they were doing the very best they could with what they had in their toolbox, with the ways in which they were equipped for being women in the world. Very often, they were simply trying to survive. And now I think it is so important that as we continue evolving, as we step further into self-discovery journeys, we begin to question the things that aren't working. We begin to look at the things that our mothers may have passed down that are actually turning out to not be very fulfilling for us as modern day women. It is always up to us to look at the ways in which we can improve our lives. And I can tell you from my experience, it has been absolutely remarkable to witness woman after woman rising in ways, coming back to life in ways that she never thought were possible again. Women who'd been on antidepressants for over 20 years, getting off of them because they decided that they finally felt like they wanted to really experience all of their emotions. They were no longer scared of their feelings because, in fact, the full range of being a woman is nothing to be afraid of. But in a world that will often vilify our large range of emotions, we can feel ashamed for feeling so much. And I personally have experienced everything that I will be sharing here with you has been based on my own personal experience as a woman, in addition to all of the transformations I have seen in women's lives. It's time for us to have these conversations. While some of them, I assure you, will be triggering. What I want to remind you is that through every time you feel yourself being triggered, you feel yourself wanting to push back, you feel yourself wanting to other yourself. Well, maybe that's been her client's experiences, or maybe that's been her experience, but I don't see myself in any of that. Well, that may be true for you. I still would like you to consider that every time you feel triggered by information I share here, that you see it as an invitation. You see it as a door opening. Something has been activated in you because possibly, just possibly, something you heard is being stirred in you because there's a deeper calling for you. I know for myself, the times in which I get the most triggered, there is usually the greatest opportunity for me. So I want us to turn those triggers into invitations to further understand yourself, to learn more about the woman you are and what may live in all that I will be sharing for you, for your life, for your becoming. You will often hear me use the language of becoming because I see every journey for us as women, every rite of passage, as yet another bridge to becoming another version of ourselves. For we are forever on this journey of becoming and evolving. As a 51-year-old woman who's been married for 28 years, who has raised 4 children who are all young adults now, I am constantly in the journey of becoming more real, becoming more authentic, more raw, more stripped down version of myself. And that is the invitation that I hope that these episodes hold for you, for all of us as women around the globe to link arms and to have these conversations together. I wanted so much to take these conversations that I have been having with women for years, the things I have written about in my book that will be out next year. I wanted to bring all of these conversations to you, to your sisters, to your mothers, to your friends, to your community. These are conversations that you can even share with your partner. There will be so many opportunities for you to dive deeper into all of your relationships as we travel together. Thank you so much for being here. And it is my great honor to bring all of this work to you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I would love to hear your feedback. Message me on Instagram or write a review. And of course, if you know a woman who could benefit from this episode, please share it with her because it can heal her life. And that's what sisters do. Love always, Dr. Amanda.